Well, good morning, Birmingham. It is 9:06 on this Monday, the 12th of January of 2026. 47 the high today, 50 tomorrow. 57 tomorrow, 54 with rain on Wednesday. And a cold front moves in for Thursday with a high of only 37. Just prepare yourself for that over the course of the week. And every single morning, the lows are going to be in the 20s. 20s.
Chile.
After that 37, by the way, we drift back up into the mid to upper 40s. So a little more of the wintertime feel that we get here, but cold and wet.
It is
That's
what
an
it
Alabama
is.
winter, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. Cold and wet. Nobody likes it. Insects don't like it outside. That's why they want to come inside and be in your home. It's what they do. They do their best to find the nooks, the crannies, the little holes that they can creep through, get into your kitchen, start attacking your pantry, go after the food, go after anything and everything, especially stuff with sugar in it. They're going to be all over you if you don't get a pest control company on the case, and that pest control company should be Mr. Bugs. Mr. Bugs has been doing this for 45-plus years now, 45-plus years, statewide recently, and consequently ready to step in no matter where you is. You could be up around the, Smith Lake area. You could be in Madison. You could be up just north of Montgomery and listening to us down there. If you can hear my voice terrestrially in the state of Alabama, just know that Mr. Bugs is ready to help you, 844-MRBU-GGS. They've got the power. They've got the long-term employees who are going to take such good care of you. They have all the know-how necessary, and all their stuff is safe for kids and pets. I love that, and I love their pricing. You'll love it, too. Bundle it all together. I'm talking about termite bonding, small rodent control, mosquito reduction, as well as the pest control, and they will give you one great low price, which you can pay quarterly, you can pay monthly, however you want to do it. That is Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS.com, 844-MRBUGGS. Mr. Bugs, they know what bugs you.
So Casey is texting us this morning, and he's kind of updating us on bodily functions for astronauts in space, the things they can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit more information than any of us would really like to know.
Do I need to know that?
I don't know. Are you planning to go to space anytime soon?
No.
No?
Not if
Okay.
I can help
Then
it.
you're good.
Is Katy Perry going? I'll go with her. Other than
She
that,
already been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's going back. I mean, I'll be her +1.
Mm.
Veteran actor T.K. Carter, known for The Thing. He was the cook in The Thing. And apparently made several appearances on Punky Brewster. Oh, Punky. I don't know anything about that show because I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
It was a little bit before my time.
But I
after my
remember
time,
him as
whatever
an
anyway.
actor. Yeah.
Dead at 69. No idea what the cause of death is. They say no foul play is expected.
Yeah, so what does that normally mean?
Could be drugs.
Could be.
Could be suicide.
Could be heart.
Could be heart. Could be
be-
just drop dead.
Mhm.
Just walking down the street, just boom, down he went. No idea. He popped up in a few other movies. Runaway Train in 1985. Ski Patrol in 1990. Space Jam in 1996. Way to bury the lead. Space Jam was the best.
It was
Come
pretty
on,
good.
man. I love me some Space Jam.
The original one, the remake.
Yeah,
was
you know, the
horrible.
remake. Horrible, of course. Because it had LeBron instead of Michael
Didn't
Jordan.
help.
Former SNL star Bowen Yang says, do not waste your money on Jasmine Crockett's Senate run. And he said flat out, it would be a waste of money. Jasmine Crockett running for Senate in Texas. And Bowen Yang is quite correct in that, you know, if Beto O'Rourke couldn't win, then Jasmine Crockett ain't going to win.
She doesn't have a prayer.
No, don't pour a bunch of money into this. It's not going to be a good use of your dollars. And the guy he was on with, somebody who has a podcast, and they're on this podcast together, he said, oh, yeah, I sent Sarah Gideon a lot of money in Maine. Don't do it. Don't waste your money. Okay?
Coming from a guy that knows.
Yeah.
Poured his money down the drain.
There are people who, have a chance. There are folks, as actor Matt Rogers, there are folks who have a chance and a little money could help put them over the hump, or a lot of money could help put them over the hump. And then there are people who have no chance, and all the money in the world is not going to help them. They can outspend the competition 3-1, and they're not going to win. So be very judicious
With your
and,
money.
and that goes on the Republican side as well, obviously. You know, that there are places when you start talking about some deep blue districts, you know, anybody that was really pouring money into Curtis Lewa's campaign in New York City, what were you thinking?
It's a good question. What were you thinking?
What were you thinking? Okay. Timothy Busfeld has now been accused of child sex abuse on the set of a Fox TV series that has since been canceled. It was called The Cleaning Lady. It's about a doctor who came to the United States from, I want to say, Cambodia, something like that. She ended up witnessing a crime and then became a crime scene cleaner for the mob. Organized crime. La Cosa Nostra. And Timothy Busfield was one of the directors and producers on the show. Busfield, you might remember from 30-something.
Yes, he was really good on that.
Might remember him from Revenge of the Nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And he's been in, he's been in a lot of things.
And a handful of other things.
The West Wing.
West
Field
Wing.
of
He was on the West Wing
Dreams.
for a while. Yeah, Field of Dreams. There is a real question here. Apparently, these kids, it's twins, 11 years old. I imagine it's because they had to swap them out because there's child work laws that a lot of times they'll hire twins to play a role.
Because then they can swap the other
Right.
one in
That
when
way
they've
they can
run their time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And these kids started when they were 7, and they said, he began touching us then.
7?
7. At the age of 7. Said
That's
it
really
happened,
disheartening.
happened
isn't it?
more than once.
But you
They were
think-
afraid to say anything because he was like the producer and the director, and they didn't want to make him mad because they wanted to keep their jobs. And you're like, oh, now that's Harvey Weinstein stuff right there. That's, you know.
No, that's almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you're talking children.
Oh, no question.
This is.
This is about
disgusting.
as creepy as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I hate to see it. By the way, Melissa Gilbert, Little Half Pint,
Yeah.
is his wife.
Yeah.
And
Can you imagine being her right now and learning this about your husband?
nobody's talking. They're reaching out to both these people.
She's probably
and they're like,
brokenhearted because
oh,
what do you do with that? You're living with somebody you had no idea was doing this.
Yeah.
And I mean, how heartbreaking for her.
I can't
I'm
imagine.
sure she loves him with all her heart and soul, and then she finds out this horrible thing that he's been doing.
Maybe loves him a little less now.
Yeah.
Just a little less.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey was on the Where Everybody Knows Your Name podcast. That would be Woody Harrelson and Ted Danson. Ted Danson, by the way, is he's the guy who's in Man on the Inside. It's on Netflix, and if you haven't seen it, it's a funny, quirky little show about an older, retired guy who is looking for something to do, casting about, trying to find. His wife passed away a few years ago, and he basically is just, he's waking up in the morning, he's doing the crossword, he like cuts stuff out of the paper to send to his daughter because he doesn't really do the internet, and he's that guy. And he sees an ad in the paper looking for an older gentleman to go undercover. They hire him as a private detective because there's something going on in a nursing home, and he goes undercover in this nursing home. And it is funny. It's got a lot of charm. It's got a lot of wit. I'm trying to think of a show that I could compare it to. I want to say something along the lines of Ted Lasso is kind of close. Ted Lasso's got a little more heart, but this one is funny and cute and a lot of fun to watch. And they just did a second season, which was actually better than the first season, which is rare. Usually you get a first season in, and then they go, let's do a second one. And you go, oh, you were out of ideas. You should have stopped. You should have stopped. But no, this one was very good. Anyway, so Where Everybody Knows Your Name podcast, they talk a lot about, obviously, Cheers. But then they have guests come in, and Matthew McConaughey was there. And he was talking about his time in Birmingham when they were filming The Rivals of Amaziah King, a movie which I've still never seen. Nobody has, as near as I can tell. Made its debut at the 2025 South by Southwest Film Festival. He said he fell in love with Birmingham. The people were wonderful. He actually wrote a poem about it in his new best-selling book, Poems and Prayers. Wrote a poem about Birmingham. You can go check it out, find out more about it. You can go to the Where Everybody Knows Your Name podcast. You can find it on YouTube.
Yep.
And you can listen to him wax poetic about the people and the restaurants and
apparently
all the great places he went.
Is married to somebody that in Arkansas. Well,
Yeah.
if you leave Arkansas and you come to Birmingham, Alabama, You're probably going to like it a little better here in Birmingham.
That's Ted Danson that's married to somebody from Arkansas.
Is it Ted?
That's what.
I guess
yeah.
I'm thinking
I
of
thought Ted was married to Mary Steenburgen.
Mary Steenburgen's from
yeah.
Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't know that.
he's like, yeah, that's. He goes, I understand the South. I get the South thing. I've been there a few times. It's like, yeah, okay.
Well,
I
I'm glad to hear that he likes Birmingham. That's nice.
I wish he would shut up about it.
No, it's our beaches we don't want him to know about.
Well, I don't want them to know about any part of it. How about that? I would prefer that they all just
Move
stay
here,
away.
Come
but
on. Come on.
It is funny to me when people come here and they're stunned to find out just how wonderful the South is. That they have all these preconceived notions, these Yankees, and then they come here and they're like, well, this place is charming and everybody's nice. And they all get along together, black and white and everything. We were told that this was a hellhole. You're like, yeah, good. Go spread the word that it's a hellhole. Tell all your friends so they don't come down here.
Yeah, we don't want to turn into an Atlanta.
Leave us alone.
That's right.
Exactly.
We like our city.
And last but not least, Tim Burton is working on the remake nobody asked for, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
What?
Yeah. The original, I think, was made in like 1956. It really was sort of a little bit like Godzilla had to do with the nuclear bomb and the after effects of radiation. The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman had to do with sort of women being abused, spouses being abused by men back in the 1950s. And, being good little housewives and keeping their place. It was all sort of an allegory. Anyway, Margot Robbie is poised to star and produce.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Anybody going to rush to see this?
Rush? No.
Maybe
Wait.
tiptoe to it?
There's a 50-foot Margot Robbie? I might rush.
I don't know about
There it
rushing.
is.
Seeing
I
it,
might rush.
again, you put the right person in the right place.
We saw
And
her.
it's Tim Burton. I mean, some of his stuff is a little out there.
We saw her as an
Some?
11-inch plastic
yeah,
model.
okay, all of it.
Saw her as an 11-inch plastic model. Now I'm ready to see her as a 50-foot woman. I'm ready to
Really?
go. Absolutely. Bring it on. I'll go see it. I like Tim Burton. 9:17 with Dixon and Vining. And our buddy Steve is going to talk a little bit about The Kid.
The Kid?
That was his nickname.
He's
back in the
78
day.
years old, no
Well,
longer a kid.
Not a kid any longer, but when they started, the Grateful Dead, Bob Weir was, in fact, the Kid. Forget about the highway song. I want to hear about the lake and or river song. Sticks and Inviting, Talk 99.5, talk995.com at 9:23. When you start talking about lakes and rivers, you got to be talking about boats. You got to be talking about the Legends Boat Show coming up this weekend. This is going to be at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. Rodney's Marine is going to be out there with the Suzuki-powered Silver Wave and Starcraft tri-tunes and pontoons, all sold on trailers. In-house financing available. Great low prices, 25s, 26s, maybe even a used boat or two. I don't know. But I can tell you that this Legends Boat Show is going to be the place to be this weekend.
Yeah, this can be a lot of fun. And, folks, it doesn't cost anything to go check out all the boats. Free parking, free admission. There's going to be a band on Saturday night, Deputy 5. That's a free concert. Food trucks all weekend long. And a chance for you just to kind of browse around and take a look at all the good-looking boats that are there, get to know Rodney and the gang at Rodney's Marine, and see what it's all about. But it's happening this weekend. Don't miss it. Friday noon to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday noon to 5. And, again, doesn't cost anything to get in and see all these beautiful boats at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in Talladega.
Rodney's Marine and the Legends Boat Show. What a great combination. We will see you there.
It's Steve's turn.
Well, as we have noted a couple of times this morning, we lost another member of the famed band The Grateful Dead over the weekend, Robert Hall Weir, known as Bob. Born in October 1947 in San Francisco, California, to parents who would actually give him up for adoption not too long after, though. He was adopted, took the name Weir from those adoptive parents. At the age of 13, began playing guitar after first having tried both the piano and the trumpet. Did better at that than school, actually got expelled from pretty much every high school he ever attended. Later, he got diagnosed with dyslexia, something that obviously hampered his learning abilities while in school. His major interest, he said, later in life came about when he was 16. He and a friend were wandering around Palo Alto, California, hoping to be able to get into a club, and he heard some banjo music. Found it was in a music store, found a man by the name of Jerry Garcia who was waiting for his students to arrive because, as Weir had said, Jerry didn't realize that the date, it was New Year's Eve, and the students weren't coming that night. Weir and Garcia took to playing together, realized there was some chemistry there, and decided they'd form a band. They started Weir noted as something of a jug band, but then took influence, as a whole lot of musicians have, from the Beatles. And that swung them towards rock and roll and made a name switch as well. Their original name was Mother McCree's Uptown Jug Champions. They then became the Warlocks and then to the well-known Grateful Dead. Throughout the band's 3+ decades, Weir was the rhythm guitarist and vocalist on most of their songs, despite one hiccup. Garcia noted in his biography that he and some other members of the band felt that Weir and Ron Pigpen McKernan weren't pulling their weight around 1968. But later that year, the pair were welcomed back in. Things remained solid for the rest of the band's tenure. Being a freeform band like they were, the members could do solo projects as well, or side projects. Weir put out supposed solo albums. 1971's Ace featured the rest of the Dead backing him up, so effectively it was a Grateful Dead album. The Grateful Dead always had and still has a loyal following, put out copious number of albums, but strangely enough only ever claimed one top 40 hit, the song Touch of Grey. The band would continue until Jerry Garcia's passing in 1995. The members continued on. They played the band's music, but they did it under names that were either sometimes reminiscent of the Grateful Dead, but other times nothing close to it. That included a 2015 3-night concert event that reunited all the living members of the band at that time: Mickey Hart, Phil Lesh, Robin Sylvester, along with Bruce Hornsby on piano. Phish's Trey Anastasio played keyboards. This was all at Chicago's Soldier Field. Turned out to be the last place that the Dead had played before Garcia's death 2 decades earlier. Weir never married while he was in the band, but he had been in a number of relationships over the years, including one with a go-go dancer by the name of Frankie Hart, who later took the name Frankie Weir, despite the fact that they didn't get married. She is said to be the inspiration for the song Sugar Magnolia, but Weir never confirmed that. In all, Weir was in 7 other bands, many of them featuring most, if not all, the surviving members of the Grateful Dead after Garcia's passing. But Weir did put out 4 solo albums, would sit in with at least 3 other bands for multiple shows as well. Later on, he did marry. This was 1999 to Nastasha Munter. The couple had 2 daughters. He was a vegetarian most of his life, big advocate for animal rights as well throughout his life. He was a member of the advisory board of the Jerry Garcia Foundation, honorary member of the board for the Rainforest Action Network, and of the Little Kids Rock nonprofit organization, which provides kids across the country with free musical instruments and instructions who can't otherwise afford it. Last summer, Weir made it known that he'd been diagnosed with cancer, but With treatment, it had gone into submission, but some other lung issues caused his passing on Saturday. Bob Weir, 78 years old.
Sad day indeed. He was, I loved Bobby and the Midnights. I had a couple of their albums. That was one of his side piece groups that, some truly wonderful stuff there. And, big Dead fan, followed him around for about 3 or 4 days out in California when they were in my neck of the woods, because they would play in places that were all within driving distance of where I lived at the time, so I could, jet off to one and then the other and then the next and the next, and then it was like, okay, now I got to get back to work.
Yeah, you said this one hit you particularly hard.
Yeah, big Grateful Dead fan, especially a big Bob Weir fan.
Yeah.
To me, everyone said like Jerry Garcia was the Grateful Dead. I felt like without Bob Weir, they were sort of the Lennon and McCartney of the group. You had to have both of them. You could kind of replace everybody else as far as I was concerned, but without those two, you didn't have anything. So when he passed, that was sort of the end of an era. I got to see it. One of the things, by the way, that I really love about the Grateful Dead is that I would go to these concerts. I would meet rich people. I would meet poor people. I would meet conservatives. I would meet liberals. I would meet black people, white people, gay people, straight people. They brought everybody together with a love of music, and there was no arguments. There was no fighting. There was no ugliness. We were all kind of there for the same reason, to get into the groove. And if you don't like jam bands and you don't like the Grateful Dead, that's fine. I get it. You probably like a lot of stuff that I hate. It's okay. But I just thought that he was a truly amazing musician and a wonderful guy, and probably the soul of the group, if not the brains of the organization. So a sad day indeed, but you know what? This too shall pass, and their music lives on.
Absolutely.
And I'll be listening to more of it a little bit later this afternoon when I'm putting away Christmas trees. It is 9:30 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk99.5.com. You may be on a diet. We're on diets. No, they're not going to stop us from talking about food. Everybody eats eventually, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
eventually.
Stick around.
Mm-hmm.
9:36. It's Dixon Vining. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. It's funny, we were just talking about the Bowen Yang story about how he should, he said, look, don't bother giving money to Jasmine Crockett's Senate run. It's not going to go well for you, and it's a waste of money and whatever. Now he's come out and apologized. Somebody reached him and was like, hey, dude, what are you doing?
Morning, those are the headlines.
What are you doing? Why would you say that?
I apologize.
Because it's what I really meant.
Yeah.
Somebody got all over him. He's probably been hammered for saying that.
Yep.
I mean, here's the thing. This is really what I believe. If you felt that way, stand strong.
Yeah, I agree.
Stand firm.
Say it.
Don't kowtow to the Hollywood elite out there who are blowing up your phone and text messages and giving you holy grief for it. If you feel that way and you said it, then stand firm.
Stand by your man. Stand by what you believe. I agree.
That's just so that you are. I'm going to just call it. You are such a pud. You are such a pud.
You're a pud.
You actually came out and said that.
Pud,
you
yeah.
think you're some big SNL star. Ooh, I said this. Look, and you shouldn't put your money with crowd. And then now today, I didn't really mean that.
I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
Yes, you did. You meant it. Stay with your story.
Yeah. It is Dixon Vining on Talk 99.5 and talk995.com. The Alabama Men's Clinic is ready to help with your situation, whatever it may be. If you are finding yourself a little on the sluggish side, if you are unfortunately at a point where you are trying to figure out just what is it that is keeping you down, that is keeping you from enjoying life to the degree that you feel like you maybe could, well, the Alabama Men's Clinic is here to help. The first thing you have to do is test to find out where your testosterone stands. Is it below 600? If so, then you have a problem and you want to get that back up where it needs to be between 600 and 900. A lot of times your own doctor won't even tell you these things. Maybe you go to a urologist. They're like, oh, your testosterone's fine. They're not going to tell you these things. You need somebody who's going to be honest with you, shoot you straight every step of the way, and that is the Alabama Men's Clinic. Once you find out that you do have low T, they have a variety of different treatments for you so that you can get that testosterone level back up where it needs to be. If you have ED, struggling with that, they can walk you through that. If you're struggling with hair loss or weight loss, they've got answers to those things as well. Alabama Men's Clinic, 598-7000, 598-7000. AlabamaMen'sClinic.com is the place to go to get that taken care of. AlabamaMen'sClinic.com. You can make an appointment there in 30 minutes or less. 30 seconds or less. It's even faster than that. Yeah, boy. 598-7000. Pepperidge Farm has a new cookie out.
Pepperidge Farm.
Pepperidge Farm,
It's
remember?
delicious.
You know, everybody loves the Milano. That seems to be like the number one. I'm a Chesapeake guy myself.
I love the Milano.
Their chocolate chip cookies.
I love the Milano, too.
Chocolate chip cookies, yeah. It's that shortbread and dark chocolate, and they have had a milk chocolate variety of that as well. But they have come out with a brand spanking new one here that is really
Mint.
rather
Is it
interesting.
mint?
How about mango white chocolate?
What?
Mm-hmm. Mango
Interesting.
white.
I don't think-
You're not that interested in
No,
that? No, suddenly?
not
Not a fan?
I'm not a big fan of mango.
Well, what's wrong with mango?
I
You
just
just
don't
like the mango.
it.
The
Because
mango
I used
will
to
be
break,
very upset
I
about
used to
that.
break out from the sap on a mango
Okay.
as a kid, so I'm anti-mango.
You're an anti-mango.
Come on, why mango? You could have come up with 50 other mango. Really?
Because they didn't know you didn't like
they
mango.
should
If
have
they'd
known
known,
that.
they would have
If they
changed.
had known that.
They would have come up with something
I
different.
don't know.
Valerie.
I just think there's some. I don't know. Okay. I guess I'm just because I'm anti-mango.
Tropical mango flavor is paired with creamy white chocolate, all sandwiched between Milano's signature smooth, rounded shortbread cookies, creating a refreshing and balanced bite. Plus, it carries the unmistakable air of elegance that Milano somehow
Wait, what
always
are you
manages
dancing
to
with
deliver.
this cookie? What are you doing? What, you
Even
sleeping with this
in a
cookie?
packaged cookie. Elegance.
Come on.
Pepperidge Farm has a very flowery
Rich
PR
Farm,
person.
Just really, what in the world?
It's an elegant cookie, I say. I say.
Unmistakably air of elegance.
Unmistakable air of
What are you
elegance.
selling? Is it perfume?
Mm.
You selling alcohol? No, we're selling cookies.
Where did we meet
It's
again,
an
Milano?
air of
oh, yeah.
elegance.
Target, I remember.
That and we need some Grey Poupon.
Mhm.
Right beside it. Could you put it beside the Grey Poupon? Because you
Mm.
two need to hang out together.
Yeah, boy. KFC, on the other hand, has
Yes.
just gone Midwestern. They launched cheese curds.
Really?
Well, we talked the other day about how they have poutine bowl, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is actually fries, cheese curds, and in this case, they throw chicken nuggets on there as well, and then they pour gravy over the whole thing, okay?
What's not to love there?
So obviously they had to come up with cheese curds so that they could put them in there. So they said, well, why don't we sell these separately as well? They're just little fried cheese curds. They throw some breading on them, and they deep fry them for a minute or less. And then you nosh on them, and they're kind of chewy and gooey on the inside. And, look, Chub Father has them.
Yes.
Culver's has been selling them for quite some time. That's a nice Midwestern place.
Yeah.
So KFC is like, well, why don't we just make our people fatter? What can we do to turn our fans into huge behemoths?
Well,
And the answer is cheese curds.
they're serving up deliciousness, and you can decide whether that's good for you or not.
Oh, it's not.
It's all about deliciousness.
Definitely not good for us. I can tell you that right now.
Sounds really good.
Move Tap
When I
straight
get off
into
this
the
diet, I
regional
may be
fry.
headed over to KFC.
Right over to KFC is where you're headed. Got to get yourself some of them their cheese curds.
What would be what's the first thing on your list?
Oh, I have
Like
no
number one.
idea. I don't know.
Like, are you craving anything right now?
No, I'm not. I'm not terribly
either. I'm not
hungry.
really
That's part of the
either.
problem.
Yeah.
I think give me a while. There will be
Yeah,
a time
there'll
when
be a
I'm
time-
just like God.
I'm
If I
gonna
can't,
gnaw off my right arm.
if I can't have a blank within the next X number of minutes, I'm going to die. But
I haven't
nothing-
felt that way either,
no,
which
no.
is really interesting.
I also
don't know.
put little stops along the way, like when I hit a goal weight, and not the end goal weight, but
But
this
just
little, you're
you
like,
treat yourself.
I'm on my way, and it's like, okay, I got to here. Now I'm going to go ahead and have a little pizza. I'm not going to.
Slice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go load up on a huge.
Right.
I'm not going to buy 6 pizzas. I'm just going to go out and maybe go to a place where I can get a slice or 2 for lunch, and then they're back on the diet.
That's a healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
It really is.
If you don't build that in, you'll lose it at
Oh,
some
you will.
point.
You'll
Yeah.
be like, I can't. I can't.
There's no end in sight.
Right.
Like, well, okay, well, there's a midway stopping point, though. You can get to there. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can. Have you heard about this? I don't play and have never played any kind of fantasy football.
I have friends that drag me into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I get friend pressure. Come on, we're all gonna play.
I'm part of a
Fantasy
club
football.
where they do this every year, and there's
Yeah.
winners and there's losers.
But you
I
know
think
who
money
wins every
actually
year?
changes hands.
It's the person that's picking the team that has the pretty uniform. I'm like, how are they number one? What is going on here? I've sat here, done all the stats. I look at the teams and their records,
Yep.
and what players are out because of injury and how they're going to win. This person's picking because the uniform's pretty and they're in the top 2.
You
And I'm
fool
like,
you.
I'm not doing this. I'm out. But yeah, it is fun. It is kind of fun.
You fool you. Well, usually what happens is, in the case of the club that I belong to, and I don't engage in the fantasy football thing, but there is a little subset that does. Money actually changes hands.
Oh,
you know?
nah, yeah, I'm not doing
People
that.
pay in to get
Yeah,
into the
'cause
thing.
I would
and the
lose a
people
lot
that
of
win,
money.
win, and the people that lose, right?
Right.
Okay. But in most cases, it's a gang of guys that get together, and first place gets you nothing except bragging rights. Last place gets punished.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Seriously?
They have punishments that dole out. Younger people tend to have worse punishments that are kind of, I don't know, disgusting. Older people tend to have punishments that are, A, a little bit more creative, and B, at most humiliating.
Yeah, kind of embarrassing, so
Yeah,
to speak.
at most.
Wow.
Here's one that has really taken hold in the last few years. You have to spend 24 hours in an IHOP. You lose, you spend 24 continuous hours in an IHOP. However, you can remove 1 hour for every pancake you eat while you're there.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes. So you put away 6 pancakes, you only have to stay there for 18 hours. Maybe you manage to, after that, put away another
I'm
6.
eating
and you're
23
there.
pancakes, aren't you?
I couldn't
Over
eat
a
23.
period of time?
Have you seen the IHOP
Yes, I've
pancakes?
seen
Wow,
them,
pancakes are pretty big.
I
Over a
couldn't do
period
it.
of time, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not staying in here. Even if I have to throw up, I'm going
Uh-huh.
to eat these and
Oh
get
no!
out
If you
of
throw up, you have to
You have to
eat.
stay there,
here.
yeah.
Oh,
have to
that's
eat the
part of
vomit.
it? That's
yeah.
it? Oh, you have to eat the
well,
vomit?
no, talk about embarrassing.
That's awful.
I don't know that that's true. But IHOP has decided to play into this, and they are offering now bottomless pancakes, like free bottomless pancakes at the end of your fantasy football season.
That's funny.
So when the loser shows up, they pay one price and they can sit there. I think it's $6 or $8, and they can sit there and eat pancakes until they can't eat any longer.
And it's great publicity
It
for
is.
them.
Yeah,
That's
IHOP
very
is like,
smart.
let's have some fun.
Yeah,
with it.
kudos to IHOP on that one. That was good.
That's really good.
It's also done at Waffle House, which is worse because you have to eat one waffle, reduce an hour for every waffle that you eat. And those waffles are much bigger than the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
They're like the size of the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
It should be like an hour for every quarter of a waffle that you eat because that quarter is the size of a pancake for sure. It happened again yesterday. I was on my way to the store the one time I left the house over the weekend. On my way to the store, I got a Huddle House on the right side of the road and a Waffle House on the left side of the road. There's 2 cars in the Huddle House parking lot. The Waffle House overflowed.
Yeah.
Overflowed after church. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I've been to that Huddle House. There's nothing wrong with that place. It's not like
It's
the
just not
service is
Waffle
bad.
House.
I guess
It
that's
doesn't have
it.
the name.
But I wouldn't sit around and wait for a table at Waffle House when there's an empty Huddle House across the street. I would go there in a heartbeat.
Which is just as good, according to you?
I would say there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I mean,
But it's not as good.
It's not Waffle House, but there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I enjoyed the breakfast that I had.
Are
I
they
ate
serving
there.
pancakes at the Huddle House?
Yeah, you can get pancakes. You can't
Can you
get
get
pancakes
waffles?
at the Waffle.
Can you get
House.
waffles at Huddle House?
I don't know. I didn't check. I would have to look
Because I'm a
into it.
pancake girl. I think I
did-
might go to Huddle House.
I did have a pancake while I was there. I had breakfast there on Christmas Eve day because my cleaning lady came and I was like, I'm going to get out of your way. You go do this and I'm going to go out and
I'm
have
gonna
some
go eat.
breakfast. And I went out to the Huddle House and I had a fantastic breakfast. It was very delicious.
And when
Had
you
an
came back
omelette
to the
and
house, was she done?
Yes.
Okay. that's-
Everything was
she's
spotless
quick.
and it smelled nice
That was
and
quick.
and clean.
Uh-huh.
It was lovely.
Very nice.
BJ's. Do we have a BJ's?
Huntsville does.
Well, I don't want to drive.
They're talking about opening further down towards
Well,
Birmingham, but
let's
they
go,
haven't
people.
yet.
They have come up with a Butterfinger Pizookie.
What?
Excuse you?
Butterfinger Pizookie.
Pizookie.
Pizookie. That would be a cookie and ice cream combo. A Pizookie.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that
If
word
it
before.
looks like this picture that we're looking at
Mhm.
related to this story,
Mhm.
we all need some of this in our life.
I would like this very much.
Yes.
Count me in. New dessert features a freshly baked chocolate cookie topped with creamy vanilla bean ice cream and robed in a chocolate shell and sprinkled with crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger pieces.
See, they got a little fancy there saying robed.
Fancy schmancy.
Robed. It's
Not
robed.
just fancy, they got schmancy as well. Both fancy and schmancy.
Sure.
Who
Well, if you're going to
uses
do one, you might as well go all the way.
And robed.
enrobed
Yeah, boy.
And by the
in
way,
a chocolate shell
in looking at the Huddle House menu, yes, you can get either pancakes
or waffles.
They have waffles
See?
there too.
Yes.
That ought to be. Here I go again.
Mm-hmm.
My darn marketing mind. Where you can get pancakes and waffles. I mean, come on, market what you got.
And
But
everybody
you
knows
you
you're
don't
doing
have to have waffles. If you go to Waffle House, you're stuck to waffles.
Okay,
you go to
so-
Huddle House,
so-
you get both.
So here's the question.
Yes.
If you lose your fantasy league and you choose to go to Huddle House and you do a combination of pancakes and waffles. Does that cut your time down quicker?
Here's your problem. I don't think Huddle House is open 24 hours, my friend.
that's where their
IHOP
mistake
and
is.
Waffle House is, but I think Huddle House actually closes overnight. I could be
You know,
wrong.
you almost have to be a person that is in the law enforcement field a little bit when you talk about those folks that come through the door at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. You need to be a bouncer.
There you
You
go.
need to have a bouncer
Gotta
at
have
the door.
somebody there.
Yeah, hire a bouncer that works from like midnight to 6 a.m.
What are they doing? Checking blood alcohol content?
They're just saying, can you stand up and sit in the chair and order? Or you say a word? Can you get a waffle?
Get out. Get back
That's
in your
right,
car
no,
and
you
drive
can't.
away. Oh, wait, no, don't. 9:50 with Dixon Divining. Dixon Divining question of the day coming up next. 9:55, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks a heap for being here. Skippy McLean coming your way in a matter of moments. Mark says the Waffle House in Fultondale had to stop dining in after 11 p.m. due to gun violence in the late night hours.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. See, they needed a bouncer. Telling you.
Pizookie equals pizza plus cookie. I get it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. Huddle House in Brookwood, Alabama is open 24/7. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Thank you for that. You should try the pancakes at Azteca's Mexican Grill in Pell City, says Lynn. They have the best breakfast, a variety of pancakes, and they have waffles.
Is that a Mexican
Okay.
restaurant?
Apparently
Azteca?
so. Azteca Mexican restaurant, Mexican Grill.
Wow.
I didn't realize waffles were Mexican.
Chris says, hey, Richard, a Huddle House is a better Waffle House. Well, some people think so, yeah. Some people don't. Let's take a look at this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
The question is simple. What is in your small appliance graveyard? That would be something that maybe you got as a present or you bought, you thought you were going to use it, and it sits in a cupboard somewhere long after its due date. What do you got, Steve?
So I asked my better half about that, and she replied two things. Number one, a sandwich press,
Oh, yeah.
and then a juicer.
Oh, the
Yeah.
juicer. I would use a juicer.
You could re-gift that, Steve. See
Great.
what he
There
just
you
said
go.
he wants a
Halo.
juicer.
Well, the problem is I think we got rid of that when we moved.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's too bad.
What about you, Valerie?
A mini waffle maker.
Mini
it's,
waffle
It's
maker.
a little small one.
The tiny ones.
And it's just, it's like eating
Uh-huh. A cookie.
crawfish.
A waffle
It's
cookie.
like it's a lot of work
Yeah.
and not a lot there.
That doesn't make sense.
That's not
Silver dollar waffle.
way too much work.
On the other hand, if eating one of those waffles would take an hour off your time being at the Waffle
Eat a
House,
whole bunch of those.
you could probably put
you
those away
could.
pretty
I
quickly.
could sell it to them. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple of things. I haven't used my electric griddle in forever because I've got other griddles.
I've got one of
which
those
is-
too.
Yeah.
I think it sits on top of the fridge.
But the one that really gets me, and I inherited this, to be honest, a food dehydrator. Never even looked at it. I've had it. I should just take it out of the cupboard and toss it.
Well,
'cause
you
I
know,
don't
no,
know. I've
don't
never used
toss it. I bet somebody that does a lot of hunting
Yeah.
would like that because you
Maybe.
could, deer meat and
Maybe
things
so.
like that, make jerky.
Yeah, people do like
Don't
the
give it
venison
away.
jerky.
I bet right now somebody would be like, I'll take that off your hands,
Take it off your
Richard.
hands. Well, I'll go see if I can dig it out somewhere.
Yeah.
Some of the ones we have received. There's one in particular I was looking for online. I haven't seen it yet, but let's see. Instapot, haven't used it in 3 years. Waffle maker. Pile of $1 and $3 coffee stirrers / milk frothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't use my immersion blender as much as I thought I was going to, but I do use it occasionally. Toaster oven and an air fryer both work fine, says Mike. Slushy machine. I bought it thinking I would make slushies the wife gets at the store and found it was way too hard to do. True story. Keurig and a toaster. Jackie has got, looks like a French press, maybe? Not sure exactly what that is. Washing machine, not sure if it's worth having repaired.
Washing machine.
That's not a small appliance, but
So
okay.
you got it sitting out on the front porch or something?
It's not a small appliance.
Blender, tossed it, never used it. A griddle given to me for a birthday gift, way too big for just me, says Cherry. A fondue pot with forks and everything, never used. Had it 25 plus years. It was a gift. I love my fondue pot. An egg cooker, I bought it all the years ago. Read the directions, then never used. Why go through all that when you can just boil them? I have an egg cooker. I use it all the time. Donut maker, makes 2 at a time. Hand-banged wok that I bought off a 30-minute infomercial.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Thank
funny.
you, Andy. Beard trimmer I paid way too much for, so I refused to get rid of it. Small chopper my late sister gave me. Clock radio from 1980. George Foreman grill still works. Space heater, coffee maker. Presto hamburger cooker. Have a dead ice maker. Waffle maker, coffee grinder, Keurig, crock pot. I'm surprised. The one I was looking for that never showed up, SodaStream. Really thought I'd see a SodaStream in there somewhere.
SodaStream.
Never made the appearance. People must still be using them. That's it for us. We're out of here. Back tomorrow, dark and early, 6 a.m. Talking to them, Dixon Dividing. Bye now.